what is the best way to enjoy the gin? Any kind of gins. It's like for me, sometimes I just want to get drunk. But of course, for a professional, they will prefer that please enjoy our gin instead just get drunk. So, is there any way to can let the tasting more better in experience?
Definitely. So, I mean, our gins are made to be enjoyed. So if you like to drink them strong, by all means drink them strong. And they're to be enjoyed with friends as well. So they're meant to be at your home, you have people over, you're just by yourself, you want to enjoy it your way or a different way. That's the best thing about gin, it's very versatile. You can make all different types of cocktails at home. You can drink it neat, you can have a gin and tonic, which is nice and refreshing. Or you could make something like a Negroni, which is a bit more bitter and harsh. All these different flavour profiles.
But there's also people that don't like tonic. They like gin, but they like tonic, so you can have a gin and soda.
Yes. Yeah. They don't want the bitter taste. Okay. Which one are we going to start first?
Okay, so we'll start off with our main expression, which is the Tanglin Orchid gin.
That's my favorite. If y'all remember that you've seen the previous video before, that this one we give a very high rate.
Okay. So yeah, we'll pour out some of these. You can have a little taste.
It's 2 p.m. now, so it's okay. Anytime can drink.
Yes.
No one judge.
So you can take your mask off now.
Because you got the drinks.
And how I suggest is have a smell, take it away, have another smell and get the aromas going. Get some in your mouth.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Let it soak in, let the flavours soak in, let it swallow, get the aftertaste going, let it relax, and now have another sip. And now you get the real flavour of what's going on there. You'll get the aromas at the front, you get the flavour, you get the flavour on your tongue, all different parts of your tongue will pick up different flavours. You get the aftertaste, you get a bit of the alcohol, because it is high, this is 42%. So you will get a little bit of that alcohol coming through, take a bit of your breath away, but afterwards you get a nice warm feeling. I guess the best part about our gins that I think really go a long way is we try and really balance the flavour profile to the alcohol ratio so that then it's a nice smooth gin like what you're saying. It's also the vanilla that we have, which is a bit of that's the orchid that we use in this, and that gives a bit of the creaminess as well. So it's a well-balanced gin with a nice creamy smooth after.
Oh, after you drink with some water, that's another balance comes up.
Another wave of flavor.
Oh, nice. Alcohol. Next, please.
Okay.
I really like this gin. It's really have the character. It's not just
very distinctive.
Before we get to know Tanglin gin, we always have a lot of maybe I should not name the label. It's just always very sharp. It's just too strong. But that gins here is the enjoyable gins. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so we've gone from Singapore-inspired gin, which is Orchid, to more Asian-style inspired gin, which has a lot more of the outer edges of Asia. You know, you got like the kaffir lime leaf, you have like the chili seeds, the young ginger, cassia, things like that, which go into this Mandarin chili gin.
And in this one we use, instead of Java pepper, Kampot pepper from Cambodia.
So,
which is one of the most expensive peppers.
Oh, wow. Now we get to know more. So the beauties will come here. It's just like you really get to know about the gins. It's not just like you just get drink. It's like something like you want to marry someone, you have to get to know better of them or details, or not just like want to get drunk like on Tinder. It's just sweat left or right. I have to go back to the procedures. Snippy first. Sorry. Alcoholic will always drink.
So reset your palate. You've had some water, you've reset, you start smelling, get the fragrance in there, get some in the mouth, wash it around, swallow, and then have another sip and let it sit on your tongue, you know, really taste it.
I love the kaffir lime leaf. They always brings out the aroma. It's like lemon, it's citrusy, and then it's very familiar for Asians.
Yes.
It's like you go to somewhere in Thailand.
In a Thai restaurant eating tom yum soup.
And then it's a lot of things that are very familiar flavor inside the gin. Right.
So as a gin distiller, you also have to be well versed in terms of the spices around the world, so to speak.
Well, I guess it depends on where you are and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
For us, creating Asia-inspired gins or Singapore-inspired gins and breaking away from tradition, yes, then we want to know a lot about spices and different flavors in Asia.
Right. But if you are doing like the more of the classical kind of gin, then it's really just the normal modus operandi, I would
Then maybe
say.
you have to know what cucumber tastes like.
The next gin expression we'll go to is our Tanglin gin black powder.
This is the badass.
Yeah. So this one will suit you, the alcoholic, huh? Yeah. So this is the one that we got double gold for in the San Francisco Spirits Awards.
Yeah.
So we're very proud of this gin. It's kind of like the big brother of our Tanglin Orchid gin. We use a very similar recipe profile, a little bit more lemon in this one as opposed to more orange flavours in this. Very citrus forward, but we're 58% ABV on this as opposed to the 42%.
It's Navy strength.
Yeah. So the benefit of that is that when you're not cutting it down as much, because to get it down lower ABV, you put distilled water to cut it down. It means that we're not diluting the flavour profile as much. So it's higher ABV, but also higher in flavour. So you'll feel like the flavours are really coming out of this.
What is the reason you want to make it the alcohol content so high?
Okay,
It's
so
just like cater for alcoholic like me, or it's like some story behind this.
well, there is a story, and I think they're more alcoholics than what even you are. So the tale goes that a Navy strength gin comes after the British Navy. So they were handed down their rations of gin to go to sea, and then when they get those rations, they would test the alcohol with gunpowder. So they'd mix it with gunpowder. And if it was anything over, I think it's 57.4% ABV, the gunpowder would still light. If it was under, it would not light.
Oh.
So they call it Navy strength because the Navy men, that's how they like their strength.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know about
That's
that.
the story behind it.
Yes,
Navy
exactly.
strength gins.
Exactly. And then the story behind why we called it black powder is leading into the story of Navy strength, the gunpowder. But when gunpowder was first invented, the British Navy and people would come to China, and they actually called it black powder. And
Oh.
so that's where we came up with that.
And you even have a packaging that matches up to the name.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a 58% in the background here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
And
powdery
specks of black
looking.
powder.
Yeah. It's a pretty explosive gin.
So go slow on this.
Slower.
Yeah.
It is more sweeter
Yes.
than the other two.
And a little more zesty, right? Because of
Yeah.
the lemon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I say that this is on the previous video we were saying that this is a good nightcap drinks for me. Trying it on the rock maybe. How do y'all usually drink it when you have gin as a nightcap or like cocktail or all this thing? How usually you drink
Yeah,
your
how do
gin
you all drink your
for this one?
Well, I think we're all a little bit different. I think Jamie can speak to, he loves a gin and tonic. So, I mean, what's your favourite gin and tonic recipe?
For that, I would use, actually for both of these, I would use a lighter flavored tonic. And generally, for me, the easiest one to get is any diet one because there's less flavor. So it's not so citrusy, so the flavor comes out. But I'll put, for this, I'll put a, what am I?
Rosemary.
Rosemary, yeah. Rosemary sprig, yeah. This one, I like it with a slice of pineapple and a basil leaf. This one, just a regular gin and tonic.
And what about you?
Penetrated.
So, I've been lately making the next gin expression, which I'm about to go through, and I will make a kind of like a gin style old fashioned. So instead of bourbon, I'll use our bourbon barrel aged gin.
Because to me, I think their gin is very flavorful.
Yes.
I try not to waste the aroma to cover. I don't want to put anything stronger to dismiss the aroma. So I'll prefer all their gins. For all the three that we try, we prefer it neat. So we had the bottle on our bedside. Just drink it.
Really? Wow, that's one way to do it.
Because it's really aroma. The aroma that we love it very much. So if you're saying that if you put something rosemary, I like rosemary honestly speaking, but I really try to appreciate the flavor originate by itself. But if for any other label, I would not do that.
Yeah. And a good rule of thumb, if you are trying to find a garnish to make a cocktail of your own, think about what's in the gin. Think about what the flavor profile is in the gin. So say for Orchid we use oranges.
Yes.
You know, with Mandarin chili we have like cassia in there. You know, we have things like that, or even kaffir lime leaf. You can use a kaffir lime leaf as the garnish. It will bring out more of the flavour of the gin. Same with you use orange wheel, right? With the orchid, it brings out the flavour of the orchid and it will go with that note. As opposed to, you know, like Jamie said before, with using a slice of cucumber, that wouldn't work because we don't use cucumber in our recipe.
And the other thing, so not everybody has cassia, but so a cinnamon stick would be.
Cinnamon stick.
Yeah, exactly. So the next expression.
Most recent award winner.
Yeah, this is our most recent award winner.
Wow.
So this was in the Gin Masters of Asia, I think it is. Don't quote me on that one. So we got a gold for this one. This is our barrel-aged gin, which is aged for 3 to 4 months in a bourbon barrel. Wow. So it comes out of, Texas, America.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Singapore's first barrel-aged spirit.
So is that usually gin, they don't really age them, right?
No. So gin is a very quick process, as Jamie said before with the distilling. It pretty much comes out of the still. We can cut it down and mix it and then bottle it and it's ready to go. Yeah.
And it's not something that you're going to keep on your shelf for 20 years.
Yeah.
Sure, the flavor may
turn.
it may change a bit.
Yes.
But not really. So, but it's not a age. The only reason why we age it is to get flavor off of that wood.
We have a theory was saying that when the alcohol is bottled, it's time to drink. So unless you have a very good facility to keep the drinks good, then you can keep it. But of course, drink it when it's bottled is the best way to enjoy the alcohol.
Okay, so this one is actually my favourite.
Hey?
That's good. This is a good straight.
Yeah.
Drink it straight.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a lot of spices inside.
Yes, a lot of spices. Very rounded finish. Yeah, and
It reminds me of like some Indian food.
oh yeah, because of the spice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think personally, maybe this one's just a little bit too strong. Then it covers the
flavour.
taste a little bit. To me, I'm not sure about you.
But I think this one has got quite a distinctive flavor in itself.
Yeah.
It brings out when you drink it, you can feel that there's a spicy smell, but you can't exactly pinpoint which spice is it. Yeah.
So maybe you should try it again. And just cleanse your palate. You can have another one.
Cleansing the palate's
Have another
important.
shot.
Yeah, the spice is really distinctive.
I can taste a lot of spice. It's sharp. It feels like I'm in the aircraft now. It's like something you will get in the flight.
Really? Okay, so
what is it about? Please tell me. It's a lot of questions.
So, I mean, the recipe for this is very different to all the others. There isn't actually vanilla in the distillation process, but when we age it in the barrel, we put slices of orange in there. We put vanilla beans cut up in there.
Split vanilla beans.
Yep.
That's why the color is like.
Yeah, so the color comes from the barrel.
okay.
So the inside of a barrel, I'm not sure if you're familiar with how that works, but they char the inside, so it's burnt on the inside of a barrel.
Oh yes, like whiskey, right?
So that's what it comes from. It comes from bourbon whiskey. So the barrel that we use was used to make whiskey, bourbon, and you can only use the barrel once for that process, then they need to use a new fresh barrel. So they use virgin barrels.
Oh.
So we buy the used barrel from them, and then we age it, and we get some of that bourbon whiskey flavour out of the soaked wood.
Oh,
And the wood flavor as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
No wonder it's sharp.
Yeah. So it's a good drink. So for someone that doesn't drink whiskey,
Yeah.
but they drink gin, it's a good sort of entry in to get a little bit of that whiskey-inspired flavour profile. Or the other way, if you drink whiskey all the time and you don't normally like gin, this is a great stepping stone.
For you to cross over.
Exactly.
But it tastes better once you drink some water.
Yeah.
Then you can the flavor is slightly released up again.
Yeah. And also you blew it with some black powder just before. Some explosions are still going on.
Yeah, it's after you mentioned about whiskey, it's like really feels very familiar like whiskey. It's sharp.
Yeah.
It's sharp and then it's like
A little bit on the oaky side.
yes.
Yeah. It has got that whiskey character, although you know that instinctively that this is gin that you are drinking.
Yes.
It will be my another nightcap for me.
Yeah. It's very good. And that's the one that I use to make a gin-inspired old-fashioned.
Oh.
Ah.
So I'll use some sugar. I use the orange bitters that we make down at our bar in Haji Lane called Oriental Elixir.
Yeah.
And then I mix it in with this gin and ice, and I put in a orange water, cap it off, and just pretty much neat. Just stir it in with the ice.
Okay.
And that's a 44% ABV, so it's not too strong, but it's not weak either.
But I think that, like what you said, that anyone want to cross over from gin to whiskey to gin, it is a very good platform for you to have this one. Yeah, or maybe your partners always say, I don't like whiskey or I don't like gin. This is a drinks that you can just always put in between, in the middle.
Yeah.
I think this gin, it really can create a lot of topic because when you go to a bar, you need to talk a lot. When sometimes you're out of topic, get this gin out and then it's another topic again. It's a good icebreaker as well.
And if you want to go down to, where is it? Angmo? What street in Amoy Street? So Native Bar, have you been there before?
Native?
No. So that's one of the top bars in the world. You better get down there, guys. Yeah. So there's actually 2 cocktails on the list that use the Tanglin barrel aged gin, and they're really interesting cocktails. So I suggest check that out. And all of you as well.
Yeah. We'll list the description about how to go to the bar.
The next one we'll go through is Tanglin's cranberry gin. This one was created as a seasonal gin. A lot of holidays towards the end of the year is when it was made. Things like, Christmas was around the corner. We had
Chinese New Year, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So a lot of people buy this to give as a gift as well, which is kind of like a bit of a statement gin to give to someone, but also the flavour profile stands alone by itself as well.
And the colour as well.
Really. Yeah, exactly. So that's all made naturally using cranberries.
Oh. So do you add the juice
I will
after?
add whole cranberries and steep it. So it's in like a muslin sock, cheesecloth type sock to keep the berries full inside, but all the juice and the color goes out.
Yeah. So have a smell, have a little taste, reset the palate, and then have another taste. And you'll get, so that the cranberry is not a super sweet berry, but it does have a lot of earthiness to it.
Is there a lavender in it?
No, but it has a bit of that smooth sort of earthy profile.
And there's also a little bit of that creamy mouth feel to it.
Yeah.
It's quite near to the Orchid gin,
Similar, there's some similar profile to it.
but it's slightly sweeter note.
Yes.
It's like very fruity. Fruity. Oh, cranberry. Okay. Okay.
Very good.
It's very fruity. So if you want something creamy and fruity, this is the one that you should go. What do you think?
And I like how when you drink it and then the alcohol gets like evaporated into like your nasal and your palate, and then it unleashes that bouquet that is really very fruity. So it feels like it feels like a very happy drink. So I think it's perfect for
festival.
festive occasions.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
And you can add some prosecco to it.
good idea.
Some soda.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's a good alternative to the Aperol spritz.
Yeah.
I like the fruity note.
Yes.
So it will
It's
not
very
just like
nice.
some of the gins or whiskey, you always get like a bitter taste
Mhm.
after note, but this one you get a fruity
Mm.
aroma or fragrance.
Yes.
Okay, I like this one.
Okay, so the next one
This one is
is.
interesting.
So this
Look at
one's
it.
not for resale. This is just an experiment we did with some friends with some made from a base of beer. So we didn't actually make this here. We just combined it with some things and ran it through a process just to have a different flavor profile and experiment. But this is to see how we could get the flavor of an apple pie. And we called it apple pie moonshine because it's a base spirit. It's been created and we've turned
I
it
think
into
they are very adventurous and do all their gins with a different profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
all with planning though. So
Yeah.
Don't worry.
But why apple pie?
Yeah.
It's because it's also kind of a holiday type thing. It's a sweeter drink where all of these are gins. That's not a gin, and so it's that flavor. It's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can come up with.
Okay.
And with the base of a beer, it's okay. That was kind of the closest thing we could go for.
Oh, it is. It smells like cotton candy.
And it smells like whiskey.
Oh, cinnamon.
Yeah.
It had a very strong cinnamon aroma, and it's sweet. It's
You know, blue wine.
Blue wine, yeah, blue
It-
wine.
It tastes like blue wine.
Yeah.
the hot
Yeah,
wine.
the hot
yeah.
wines that they
Well, there's a
sell
lot
at
of extra cinnamon and cloves, and
Yeah.
it's that spiced wine, so it's
Yeah.
spiced.
Yeah.
It tastes a little bit like the one you can get in the McDonald's. You know?
Apple
Yeah,
pie.
yeah.
It really has got an apple pie.
Correct,
taste.
right?
Yes.
It's kind of like like a spiced apple pie, you know, it's got like a
Apple,
heavy cinnamon.
cinnamon, cloves.
Get this one and go to
Alcoholic
McDonald's.
apple pie.
Wow.
Not the drive-through.
Yeah.
Is that because that y'all are foodie that y'all love to eat, so you always put things related to the gins to create out something new?
Yeah.
A bit, but this is also, it's not that uncommon. So we didn't come up with the original idea of trying to do it. It's been done in the States, but hobbyists do it
Okay.
in the States. So coming from a base of beer, like, okay, well, what can we do with it? Because that has a different flavor than a neutral grain spirit. So
Okay. So tell me which one is your favorite?
I actually like all of them.
Choose one. You only can choose one. You know.
Okay, I will go for the barrel aged gin because I think
Well,
it's got a very distinctive character to it.
well,
and-
after I try all this, I'll put this one to my favorite. My list. Strong like me, and then
and
I have
because of the story.
the story and then the character. I think this is something really that I can have it for every night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I actually think that Tanglin Gin should sell this as a limited edition because
I think the local will love it.
because there
Singaporean
will
love
be a niche for this, I
Yes.
believe. Yeah, and because it's sweet and it has
Quite
got this
easy to
very
drink.
festive
Yeah.
taste as well.
yeah, very festive.
It will appeal to like palates of like the mass public, I would say.
I would say I like this one honestly, but when I had to choose one, I need to choose something strong. But maybe it will be my second.
Yeah, and then it will. I guess it will be a very good conversation starter as
Yes.
well among gin enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be like, you know,
It's
something
gin.
different, and it's,
It's
something
gin.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
So thanks for your time to share about the gins. I really, it's very helpful for me to make a choice to decide which gin to buy, and then
Yeah.
to learn about how gins can be just do in a very unique space like this.
And tasting session is actually included as part of the facility tour, right?
Yes, very much.
So in case the alcoholic want to drink more, we'll pour more.
Yeah. And next we'll make a cocktail for you guys as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's happy hour What time's now? 3 p.m. Happy
It's-
hour.
What do they say? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Of course.
Why not?
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned in the previous video, was saying that I like something strong. So, that the gentlemen here are going to make something strong for us. So that this is my cocktail mix from the gunpowder.
Black powder. Yeah.
Yep. So let me keep it.
And mine is from my favorite for the day. It's the barrel aged gin, and it's done in an old fashioned cocktail way. Yeah.
Oh, you do it really good. Strong at the same time, and then it's like very smooth, and it suddenly become very creamy. And garnish with 2 items: the dried orange,
Yep.
cinnamon. They bring out the flavor very well. So like earlier that they mentioned that saying that if you try to garnish your cocktail with gin, try to match up with some ingredients that what is inside the gin. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I like mine too. It kind of like enhances the aroma of the barrel aged gin a lot.
Are you going to share the ingredient for our cocktail?
Sure. I mean, so we partner with Fever Tree for our tonics. So with your one, we sort of did the same as what we would do with our Orchid Gin Perfect Pour. So we use the Fever Tree Mediterranean tonic. Has a little bit more sweetness, which is nice, and that goes well with the black powder as well, because it's quite a strong gin, and so you can have a bit more sugar in your tonic, and it will still cut well. You can still taste the gin.
It just tastes creamier.
Yeah.
So because of the soda?
Yeah, I think there's a sweetness to the tonic, but also that gin is quite a balanced but strong gin. So when you cut it back, you still get that flavour profile, but it's a bit gentler. And I made it. You normally do 50 ml gin to 150 ml tonic, and I did more 100 ml tonic because I know you like it strong.
It's just perfect for me, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
So there's no right or wrong to make a cocktail. It's like you can do a lot of experiment.
Yeah.
Buy a bigger bottle and then just keep on do experiment with that. So
And
for
how about the old fashioned?
Okay, so with the gin old fashioned, we've used our Tanglin barrel aged gin, which is aged in a bourbon barrel. And what I did was I used a little bit of, so we make like a jam out of the orange and vanilla after we distill the gin.
Yeah.
So we make that jam, and I use that instead of sugar, what you'd normally use in an old fashioned. And instead of orange bitters, we have the actual orange sliced up pieces in there.
Yeah.
So when you stir that in with the gin, it brings out the big flavour profile from that. And then also you water it down with the ice cube a little bit by stirring it. And then also we have half a orange wheel in there. And that's just straight. There's no tonic, no mixer. It's just a little bit of ice melted through the spirit.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think you should try mine. It's a very refreshing day. I mean, it will refresh your day after this drink.
Wow.
Eh?
It feels like a drink you can have by the poolside.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
It tastes different from what I had just now.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fragrance smell better.
Yeah,
now.
the profile somehow got enhanced.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I use things that we normally use to distill the gin
Oh.
that we mix with sugar to make the jam.
Yeah.
And then I use that as the sugar profile to build the cocktail from.
Ooh. So this is not the end yet. We still have one more bottle to share with you in a short while. Let us toast this one first.
Cheers.
Yes.
We have a lot of alcohol. I'm happy now because it's almost my limit for the day. Yeah, to reach to the happy time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right here we have a very special gin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pass to you.
Yes.
Okay. We have a limited edition Red Dot 55 gin to celebrate Singapore's National Day and 55th birthday. There's only 160 bottles, and we'll be shipping over the next 2 weeks, and we'll be done after but either we sell out or we stop on that Friday
Yeah,
before
and
National
if I'm not wrong, you only can pre-order from your website,
From our
right?
website right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as Jaime was saying, this was just more of a celebration and a small batch that we could do to show, we're Singapore's first gin distillery. So
I'm quite proud that there's Singapore to have something like this. Yeah, because with this we really can buy a lot of souvenir to our friends.
yes,
As we all
yes.
know that in Singapore it's very limited souvenir to
Yeah.
bring to our friends. And with this Tanglin gin, I can just probably just say, hey, this is something from Singapore when we travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great. We try to make a good quality base gin, that isn't too expensive for the market, but still holds a really good flavour profile and is really great for sharing and also a gift. So I mean, we're retailing this for $68. It's 500 ml, so it's not as big as the 700, but we bring the cost down by having a smaller bottle, but also the flavour profile has a lot of flavour for what you're paying, you know. So you're still getting that big craft gin experience at a more reasonable price, and it's great for gifts and things like that. And as Jamie said, you know, it's the little red dot. It's the 55th year, so why not celebrate it with some of Singapore's finest gin?
That's cool. Happy birthday, Singapore. I'm not Singaporean. It's okay, but I still wish Singapore happy birthday.
Yeah. So let's have a taste.
Okay.
It is very fruity.
Yep.
Oh, remember the rules. Sniff first, and then have a sip, and then sniff again, and then drink. Oh, strong. The alcohol
It's still
content,
42%.
42%, yeah.
but it tastes strong
Yeah.
to me.
I mean, also, we just had a cocktail, so, yeah.
There's no lack in terms of the botanicals that is being distilled inside.
Mhm.
Right.
You can still have that very intense aroma, very flavorful, yeah. And it's kind of like an easier gin to drink, yeah, as compared to something that like the black powder, for example, where taste is a little bit more on the complex side.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good base gin.
I would say that this is very good gin for beginners.
Yes.
Because like, it's just like a gin character. So it's like it's very easy to drink, very smooth, and it's not really that sharp like will cut all your tongue, all this, right? Yeah, but because like some of the brands, the gin is like really, really strong. That it's not very comfortable to drink. But this
You're
one,
not coughing after you have
yeah, it's like you can't really drink it neat. But this one, you can just drink it neat.
Yeah.
So, if you really want to buy this one, you want to, but make sure that when you buy this, don't keep it, drink it as you can. Don't waste it, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's ready to drink. As soon as the bottle arrives, ready to drink. There's no aging.
Don't age the gins.
But you can keep it as a souvenir when the bottle's empty.
Oh yeah, it's a very good idea, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're part of my family, they always keep the bottles of alcohol, especially Tanglin gin, and they grow flowers and vines and things out of it. It's also very good.
So you can reuse this.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing go waste.
No, nothing.
So what would you recommend with the Red Dot 55?
I think that a good gin and tonic is quite good for this one. You know, really easy to get the ingredients for that cocktail. It's really refreshing in the Singapore heat and humidity, which I love. You know, you get the bubbles, you get the refreshing of the tonic, but also the gin is not a harsh spirit. You know, it's not going to cut too deep. It's easy drinking. So a good gin and tonic recipe, I mean, yeah, as we've said before, we like to pair it with things like orange wheel, cinnamon stick sometimes. We use like different herbs and spices. I mean, get creative with it. That's the whole idea of this. We didn't want to have a perfect pour that we do. We want everyone to sort of come to us and show what they've come up with this gin, you know. Grab some herbs from your garden, go down your local wet market, get some flavours going and see what you can come up with.
Okay. I hope that, I think it's almost end of the video, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing more else to show, right?
Yeah.
Anything hidden somewhere? No more? Okay.
No, the rest you have to like sign up for the facility tour and then you can come and discover it for yourself.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I think I have to say that I get to know more gins instead of just like just drink it like that for nightcap. Because right over here after this tour, I get to know that which garnishing or mix and the cocktail things to do it. I think I learned a lot about the gins
and the story behind each gin, and more importantly, the story behind the spirit of Tanglin gin and how it all gets started.
Yeah, I think it's very impressed me a lot. That it's not easy to create out to be the first gin distillery in Singapore. So for me and Sean, we definitely will continue supporting them and then buy the gin and continue to drink with it. And anything would you like to tell to our viewers that when they come to the tour or when they buy the gin? Buy more, of course.
Yeah, buy more for sure. I mean, it's for sale at most local retail stores, like, you know, all the different Straits wines now. We have 1855 cold storage, but also our online store. So we have a lot of promotions on our online store that you're not going to find anywhere else. And also we have a very quick delivery service. And if you,
This one is true.
Within like 3 working days.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
And, I'm actually very impressed by the fact that it's free delivery.
Yes. So I think during this whole COVID ordeal, we made it a point that we want to help get local product to local people as fast and cheap as possible. So we're running good promotions at the moment. We're also, as you said, free delivery, and some days even same day delivery, depending on our delivery circuit. But we have a good team of delivery drivers out there every day trying to get the product to you.
Okay, what about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I'd say, if you're interested in, having firsthand knowledge of when things like this come out, sign up for our newsletter either through the website or follow us on Instagram. Then you'll get all the news before anybody else, and you'll know what we are doing, when we're doing it, and you can take part.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more and more gins because today we discovered 2 hidden gins from the tour. So do sign up their updates, subscribe on any channel from them. Any things that can Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. Our website has a great little email address you can get in contact that comes straight to me. So if you're interested in anything or you just want to know any information, shoot us an email and I'll get back to you pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he replied email very fast, honestly speaking. So with that, we're going to say goodbye here.
Yeah, we thank Jaime and Bradley for your time this afternoon, and I think we really have a very good time over here at Tanglin Gin Distillery.
Yeah.
And we will see you in our next vlog.
Bye-bye.
Bye.